So Tim Walz was on Gavin Newsom, our illustrious governor. He was on his new podcast. He wants to be a podcaster, Gavin Newsom. So he's having all these super interesting guests, and one of them was Tim Walz. And if you don't remember who Tim Walz was, he was this guy who ran for vice president a few months ago. Very forgettable, but very strange guy. And he lost, but he's still the governor of Minnesota. So they had this conversation about, Gavin was basically saying, gee, what do we do to reach out to people who disagree with us? And Tim Walz had something very interesting to say. Let's watch the
to the Me Too movement. This
How do you
notion
fight it?
This
I
notion
think
of
I could kick most of their ass. I do think that if they wanted to. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
No,
Counter
but
with
it's a natural reaction. I think it's one of the reasons we're losing so many men. And again, it's multi-ethnic. It's not just white men. We're losing them. We're losing them to these guys online. We're losing them people that I'm bringing on this podcast as well. That's why I brought.
These are bad guys, though. These are bad guys,
but they exist.
Okay, so that's what he had to say. He said that, he's pretty sure that he could kick the ass of people who he disagrees with and that they're bad people. So basically, if you voted for Trump, and he seemed to be talking about men only. So half the people who voted for Trump or so are men or people that he disagrees with. And he thinks that, he wants to kick their ass. So I watched this a few days ago. I've kind of been waiting for a reaction. This is the first time in U.S. history I've ever seen, a national leader, a governor, someone who ran for Second Amendment, threaten, physical violence against people he disagrees with. But nobody's really talking much about it. So I wanted to put it out there. I was waiting for somebody else. I mean, I'm just this, regional Second Amendment guy. But I'm willing to accept the challenge. This isn't a bit. It's not hyperbole. Governor Walz, let's go. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those Joe Lunchbox guys who disagrees with you politically. I voted for Trump. And, I'm nothing special. I didn't serve in the military. I'm not professionally trained as a fighter. I definitely have some pounds to lose. I should be no problem for you. It's not like I'm some Navy SEAL, So you did serve in the military. I didn't serve in the military. Like I said, for the last 25 years, I chose not to go to war, although you chose not to go to war too. So we do have that in common. Forgot about that. There's definitely, I think, you probably have one. I don't drink and drive. You do drink and drive. I think that's another thing that separates us. I would suggest we probably both be sober when this happens, but, wherever it needs to be, whatever ring, whatever backyard, whatever alley that you propose, let's do this thing. I'm extremely offended that you would threaten hardworking people out there who simply have a different political opinion than you. And it's unbelievably offensive to me that a political leader, the governor of a state, a major state, any state, but especially a state like Minnesota, somebody that ran for vice president, is now physically threatening people who, disagree with you because they wake up in the morning and they go to work and, they're worried about inflation and they're worried about the things their kids are being taught and they're worried about, a lot of things that have been happening over the past 4 years. And so therefore, they voted for someone else. These are guys that, drive pickup trucks and minivans and they pay taxes and they raise families, and for a political leader to say, hey, pretty sure I could kick their ass. They're bad people. Okay.
I was just going to say the crux of this is they said they're bad people. These are bad people. You're saying that the 51% of the country is bad people. Like there's plenty of people that are Democratic that I'm not going to sit here and say they're bad people. There's plenty of Democrats that are wonderful people. So we can't even begin to and I'm a libertarian. I want to get that out of the way. As far as party affiliation goes, I'm a constitutionalist. I'm more of a populist, whatever. Think what you will from that. But now he wants to engage in physical combat I mean, I think that's great that you've accepted his call to arms, and I would like to be there to cover it, Michael.
Yeah, well, I definitely gonna need somebody in my corner, but yeah, cover it. But I'm totally serious. Whatever rules, like if you want to wear gloves, you don't want to wear gloves. Wherever you want to do this, if you want to raise money for charity, or if you don't want to have any coverage at all, whatever you want to do. I mean, we could call it something cool like tearing down the walls or something. I don't know. Totally up to you, but I am not just going to sit here idly and just let that happen. So let's see. Put your money where your mouth is. Governor Walz, totally serious, not a bit. Let me know. It's easy to get a hold of me here at Gun Owners Radio. Let me know how you want to proceed. So I'm glad, John, that you were here for this big announcement. Again, it's not going to be the last time we're going to talk about it. We're going to keep talking about it. It's not right. It's not right on a personal, human level, and it's not right on a political level. I've never seen anything like this before, And the fact that Newsom just kind of, sat back and laughed at it, it makes it that much more offensive. So,
Well, Newsom's trying to position himself to be one of these bad people that Walz doesn't like. And he will never be a Joe Rogan. He'll never be even come off close as a centralist. He'll never be able to appeal to both sides because he's already done a tremendous amount of damage. He's not going to have an aha moment. But God bless him. Let him do his thing. I think that's great. And maybe there's going to be some good out of the content. If you and Walz square off and go toe to toe, I mean, that would be a W right there, getting to watch that. I hope you win. I think you probably will. You also, if I handed you an A400 Beretta shotgun, you would be able to load and unload that probably without any coaching. And you also know where feminine hygiene products go. It doesn't sound like Tim does, but all being fair, it's cool,
Yeah. Well, again, just let me know, Coach, and we'll get this done. And, I'm looking forward to it. Win or lose, I think it's important that when someone mouths off like that and says something stupid, he said a lot of things that have been untrue or proven to be untrue. And so let's see if this is one of them. Does he really mean it? Or I don't know, maybe he doesn't. So, hey, everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Michael from Gun Owners Radio. If you liked what you saw, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and make a comment. Help us out. Go to gunownersradio.com. Thanks for watching.